What is parts work? Basics of parts work. You have a true self. Your true self is your soul self. It is the intuitive self that lives beneath all of your fears, all of your beliefs, all of your programs that have been given to you by society. That true self is in there and it is always guiding you. Okay? Your true self, your true essence is love. So with parts work, we are looking at what parts of you do not align to love. What parts of you do not align to truth? What parts of you are false? Stories, traumas, emotions. Through us being able to identify those parts of the self, we are then able to start working on healing those parts. And I'll explain how to heal those in a minute. But let's say, for example, you say, oh, I'm an introverted person. I have anxiety. I have fear of the future. I have a hard time listening to my intuition. I am also super happy in certain situations. I am passionate about art. Okay, maybe that's how you describe yourself as an example. Those are things that you identify with in your personality. However, just because you identify with those things doesn't mean that that's who you are. Those identifications, those parts of yourself, like the anxious part or the unworthy part or the people pleasing, overgiving part, those have been inherited through generational trauma and collective programming, right? So that came from mom and dad. That came from school. That came from your job. That came from your boss, authority, right? Those things take you away from the love that you innately are. When you're birthed into this world, you're birthed into a pure state, the purest state we can get to on this planet, unless if you do ayahuasca or something like that. But it is your pure, unhindered state. And then from the ages of 0 to 7, you're picking up, your subconscious mind is picking up its core truths about the world. So what you originally picked up, you are now taking that on as true, whether it's actually true or not. It's just your truth. Then you go into adulthood, you carry those stories forward and you identify with them and they don't serve you. These parts of you that you learned don't serve you. The anxious part doesn't serve you. The people pleasing part doesn't serve you. Why? Because it simply takes you away from your true self. So what we're doing in parts work, what we're doing in inner child healing is working to return you back to the essence of who you really are. Okay? The essence of who you really are, that love, that truth, that authenticity. I call this in my videos, stripping away the false self. I need you to understand this. You are not what has happened to you. You are not your traumas. But until you take control of your traumas and beliefs, your traumas and beliefs will take control of you. Your wounds will take control of you. So, we need to look objectively at the self, take a third person point of view, and notice what beliefs you're holding on to that are not resonant with the deeper version of you, which is love and truth and authenticity. The parts of you that are afraid to listen to your intuition, the parts of you that are feeling fear. Those are the false self embodied. Those are parts of you that you have taken on from the world, right? So simply, anything that you can identify within you and bring to your conscious awareness can be shifted. 50% of all healing work is bringing awareness to what doesn't serve you. I should repeat that. 50% of all healing work is bringing awareness to what doesn't serve you and focusing on shifting that within your being. When you focus on shifting that within the being, then you're free of the pattern. You're free of the block. Okay? So that's the basis of it. Recap, and then I'm going to give you a tool. So stick around. Number 1, you are a sum of your traumas and belief systems that you have inherited from your past. Whether you like it or not, you are a sum of those things. I am a sum of my things. But I have been working diligently every day. You see this face and you're like, oh, how cute she is. Oh my God. She is so cute. And I'm like, you have no idea what I have to go through on a daily basis to be here. Okay? You don't know how much trauma healing I've done. I don't think people, I don't care. I'm one of the top trauma healing people that have faced more of their shit than anyone. I swear, if I should go to the Olympics for trauma healing, inner child work. I'm telling you, I should. And I'm not gonna blame my parents, okay? I'm gonna blame society and conditioning. So, anyways, I've done so much trauma healing. So I know and can speak from experience when I say, you are not your traumas, but your traumas do control you. Why do they control you? Why do they control me? Just stick with me, don't leave, because I am gonna give you a tool. So stick with me, don't leave. Okay. Now I make you wait. um, oh my God. Don't leave. Okay, I'm just gonna go here. When you can get yourself, I'm gonna say unenmeshed with your belief systems and look at them objectively, right? You become free of them. So basically, the tools are bring awareness to what you're currently believing. Ask yourself, what emotion lives beneath this belief? Where did this come from? You just tune in and you ask yourself, where did this come from? What am I feeling beneath this? Because all it's doing is repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating and circling and circling and circling, looking for answers, looking for resolution by repeating itself in your reality. That's the reason we repeat patterns. Truly, our subconscious is looking for resolution for previous issues that have started. So we break the pattern by going within ourselves and loving ourselves, but which I'll explain in a second, but to bring awareness to and sit with these emotions underneath the core belief systems that are holding you back is to create a new story from the inside out, from the energetic systems of your body. All trauma lives in the body or around the body in the energy field, which I can see energies. I work with energies in my sessions. And so I'm able to point you directly to what is holding you back with your help. And we go through various guided practices that are a mixture of hypnotherapy, parts work, internal family systems, energy healing, and coaching and intuitive guidance, and just wrapped all into one to release these wounds together. Okay, so that's what we do in my coaching. If you're interested, reach out a little bit about your situation. We can work through these inner child wounds. We can work through these people pleasing tendencies, anywhere that you're disconnected from your true self, to really give you those tools and give you the space to process this stuff out of the body. Or else you're going to keep reliving it. You're going to keep reliving it until you bring consciousness to it. What did Carl Jung say? Until you bring the unconscious to the conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So, awareness. What's underneath the belief? What's underneath the pattern? What is the emotion? Right? And then I want you to ask yourself, what do I need for this to be cleared? Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'll go into it in a second. Ask yourself, ask the wound directly. What do you need? Therefore, what do I need? But you're saying, what do you need to clear? Anything that is not you can be cleared by your awareness and self-love. Okay? Loving and accepting your parts, break down the pattern in real time, because the only reason that you have these, I'm going to say, dislocated parts is because you were not loved properly and you didn't have what you needed at the time that the trauma was instilled in you, at the time that the belief was instilled in you. So it's repeating because that's your subconscious programming. You cannot ascend, you cannot manifest your way out of traumas. You have to go into the trauma. You have to literally transcend the old being that you were before by integrating it through the body. That's what we're talking about doing here. So, this is what I want you to do. I want you to ask yourself and start looking at it like you're a doctor. You're diagnosing yourself, right? Like a doctor would diagnose you and ask you all these questions. I want you to notice in your day-to-day basis. Do it tomorrow, okay? Notice when you're playing out a toxic pattern, okay? It could be people pleasing. It could be, you know, I don't know. Let's just use people pleasing. Maybe you're doing people pleasing. Maybe you're abandoning yourself through overgiving to others, through obligation, self-sacrifice, things like that. I want you to pause and ask yourself, what emotion is driving this action? What is this showing me about myself? And really just asking that question from the third person point of view helps you detach and get yourself unenmeshed, like separates you from the wound instead of this is me, this is my personality, this is my identity, this is my trauma, I am a people pleaser, I am blah 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 blah, whatever. That's a story. So you need to separate yourself from the wound and then look at it from that doctor third person point of view and then ask myself, what do I need to shift out of this? What do I need to shift out of this? Whether that is meditation, sitting with the wound, breathing with it, being with it, whether that is putting up a boundary and going to the gym, whether that is stretching on your floor, whether that is turning off your phone. Sometimes it's just really your damn phone, right? Ask yourself, what do I need to feel safe right now? What do I need to heal this? Start using this practice. Start integrating this in your life where you are literally catching your patterns in real time and seeking to break through it by giving yourself a new option, like giving yourself the opportunity out of it. Because until you separate yourself and ask yourself those questions, you're not giving your wounds an opportunity to shift. You're just playing on replay with the pattern. So when you ask yourself questions about things, like whether you're overeating, like binge eating, or whether you're like, I don't know, just acting anxious attached in a relationship or whatever the fuck you're doing, that you're a human, like I do. We're all humans. Look, I have had to go through all of this that I'm teaching you. I'm not speaking from any sort of privilege. I've had to go through all of this. So that's why I'm here to help you, because I wish I had me. I wish I had me 7 years ago. Okay. Because I would have been like, dang, okay, I got this. Someone just knocked on my door. I don't think so. So, right, you're going to pause and you're going to give yourself a way out. You're going to pause and you're going to ask yourself, what is the emotion that I'm acting out right now? What is my true need beneath this? And work on that. Work on acting on that. This will help you shift, right? There's the actions that you do to heal your parts and come back to your true self in real time. And then there's the deeper subconscious healing and clearing that needs to happen. So in real time, you can do this part by yourself. Give yourself the option to change. Give your subconscious a way out. Just an opportunity and a way out, okay? And then for the deeper subconscious healing, the tools, the space held for you, the energy work, that is what we need to do a session for. And I'll teach you tools as well to facilitate it on your own if you stick with me long enough. Okay? So let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you. Let me say one more thing. Your true self is love. Anything that is not love is not who you are. Anything that is not love is a program, a belief, a trauma, a wound that can be healed because your true self is love. So truthfully, we need to pull these patterns back into love and we do that through loving them, meeting their needs, accepting them, considering them, not repressing them, not trying to change them, but accepting them. What do you need, wound? By doing that, we're giving it a voice and a place at the table so that it can transform itself. Those traumas don't want to be in your body. Those patterns don't want to be in your body. But the reason that they are in the body is because they are still remaining unprocessed because they never got what they needed. So that's an empowering thing. You shouldn't be upset at yourself by feeling shame. You shouldn't be upset at yourself by feeling shame because you can get yourself out of it. If you look at it as traumas are a gateway into a higher version of myself. My traumas are a gateway into a higher version of myself. Do you feel the power in that? They are holding you back until you face them. Then they will transform themselves, okay? I have this amazing poetry book here. It's called The Key to Entirety, which is my journey to wholeness. It teaches you how to heal, love yourself, and come into your highest purpose. I'm going to link it below if it calls to you. And I'm actually writing a second book right now, but it is love poetry. So that's a different vibe completely. Anyways, stay tuned for that one. You've got this. Just take a different perspective, and whatever you do, work on accepting and loving and nurturing the parts of you that have never been seen, loved, and accepted by the world, and you will free yourself into a whole new reality that is connected to the deepest parts of your soul, your purpose and mission. I'm a living embodiment of it. You are a creative being, and you deserve to feel good in your body and free. And you can free yourself by what you are willing to face. You can free yourself by what you are willing. So don't be a pussy and face it. Okay? Love you. Let me know if you want more in depth about this. I'll go into it.